And welcome back. These beautiful boys are here with me to talk about Black Clover because you know why? Our main girl, Charmy, is back in action. Miguel, James, chapter 250. She ate it. She ate
Literally.
it. She literally ate it.
Butterball Charmy.
I mean,
Butterball.
She cute though.
Yo,
she cute though.
I just love how she goes from chubby to thick and then just looking all nice and thin, looking good in the last panel. I'm like,
it's because she's mixed with like a dwarf, right? Is that?
Yeah, she is. So
she likes to eat. I can't be mad at her.
Oh yeah.
I also love food. That's why I
love to
is
eat
one of my
too.
favorite characters in Attack on
All
Titan.
type of things. I love to eat cats too. So like, it's just I understand her love for pleasure and just to be, her wolf too is just fascinating as well.
We don't eat cats here.
No, we don't.
Yeah, I knew what I meant.
I know what you meant, but I'm not letting you have that. Anyway, Charmy, there was one really important thing. He keeps sliding in little things about magic and how it works. Just little tiny things. They talked about the affinity of the types of magic in this and how they aren't as effective if the affinities match. Yeah. So it's the type matchups now. That's also different, which that's never really brought to they've never just outright said before.
It is very fascinating because they have spoken, like I said, small bits and pieces, like they mentioned about fire, from Fuego, and to Mercury. Solid and Fuego both have said it that their magic always cancels each other. So like that's a rival, the best opponents. So I love how in this chapter as well, which there's always a character in some type of series about a woman always having the hair in some type of form like that. We have it in Marvel with Medusa. We have it in My Hero.
Yeah, Medusa types are just popular, I guess.
It's a cool type. I think.
Yeah. It's intriguing. And this one was interesting, even though she was cocky about her beauty, but then it got burned, crispy, and hot in the kitchen. So it was very fascinating to finally see that there for her. And
she was beyond sure of herself.
Oh, she was cocky.
This one was weird.
She was too cocky.
Like she injected herself with like some steroids like halfway through.
Yeah, she said,
what is happening?
I don't have to eat. So you know what? I'm going to inject myself with nutrition. I'm like,
yeah, that's nasty.
So I'm like, so you're technically like a model who don't eat and just eat little Rice Krispies of crumbs and everything. And that's what you'd be doing right now, girl. You literally inject herself a serum in the neck. Like, that's weird.
She was rude, so she got what she deserved.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just, I don't know. It was one of those things where we're getting to see how strong they've all gotten. But this one was like, I don't know. I like to see the fact that Charmy was fighting so hard because she was protecting the people who were feeding her.
Yeah. That was what all it's about. You're not going to hurt the forest. You're not going to hurt the food. I will protect you.
But the most fun is one of the Guardians said, it looked like I really did create a terrible monster. It was just so cute and funny over to hear that from one of the Guardians that was training her. But also it was fascinating to remember when our boy Patrick, when he turned from an elf to a dark elf and his book went from light to dark. And we see Charmy's book went from the lightness to half dark in page 9. So it's very fascinating to note that when she goes from her dwarf form, it's very fascinating how her book has a bit of light and darkness. So I'm very curious about that, and I hope we get to know more information about that. And finally to see a communication between her and the wolf, because he speaks to her and they have a conversation while they're fighting. So so that's also very fascinating.
Yeah, like you mentioned, I love what they do with magic in general in Black Clover. The fact that the grimoire changes depending on who's using it, how they feel when they're using
their
it.
Personalities. Yep.
Yeah. All of that stuff is so good. And getting to see the wolf, her turning her food magic and using the runes and the arrays to empower those magical abilities. Like, it was so cool in this chapter.
Yeah, she enhanced hers too, which I thought was awesome. So I was like, oh, so you also learned how to use the arrays. All right. But then I don't know. Charmy's magic is terrifying because it literally turns the enemy into food. She was going to be eaten. Literally eaten by her magic.
There's literally a panel where there's salt and pepper being thrown on the villain.
I mean, at least Charmy seasons her food though, so it's fine.
Yeah, she does. And that's fine. And I love how the wolf literally says, "Thanks for the grub," and literally just goes eating her like some spaghetti.
He was gonna eat her. Yep. He was gonna eat her, and then Charmy decided to beat her up instead.
And like, you know what?
She got that work, dude.
She did.
Yo, she got them hands. She literally did like what Luffy does, like Gatling punch.
Yeah.
She did like pop, 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 pop. I'm like, yo, and she said, true beauty and strength come from the proper meals, 3 meals a day. Your salad, your vegetables, your fruits in there. That like that was just amazing. I love Charmy for this.
It was a very JoJo moment for Charmy. It was.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. From a bit of the stand and everything. How Charmy has the wolf in the stand, so I kind of see that as well. So this was definitely a good chapter. I love how each chapter we have Luck, Leo, Charmy. I wonder who's next because I know we're gonna lead up to maybe Noel versus Bianca because like we're showing all the Heart Kingdom characters who's there. So most likely we're gonna lead up to Noel versus Bianca.
I'm pretty sure that might be a 2-chapter fight. So
that has to be. That can't be 1 chapter. That definitely has to be a 2-part chapter.
Well, see, and then we still have to get back to Yami and Dante. So because remember we left that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, let's get back to that, please.
Yeah.
We need to go back to that, and also to the spy Black Bull who invaded the Spade. So like we need to get to those 2 things back. Like, hey, we haven't forgotten that yet.
I would like to see who that is.
Yeah.
Like if anything, just their face. I would like to see who that is.
Yeah, just show us a panel like face. All right, but
like
cool.
seriously, even if it was like the last, like the last panel of the chapter, that's like fight out more next week, I'd be okay with that. But, at this point, it's like, well, yeah, we got some places to go. I would love to. I can't wait to see Noel fight. That'd be great. I don't even know who else would even really be fighting right now. So
Magna, I'm hoping
that's true.
Because the last time we saw him, he was struggling to use the rays. So I'm hoping to see what he's able to do with his fire magic.
But
that would be cool.
But all we know is that he left where they were, but we don't know if he went back to somewhere else training. So he probably is still in the kingdom. He just did his own training with somebody else he found or something like that.
For sure.
Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe he went to train with somebody else that we know. No.
It's true. That could be possible. Maybe Fuego himself, because he's probably fire magic and everything. So who knows that he's like, hey, I need a master that can teach me fire better and everything like that.
Yes, maybe someone who holds the fire spirit. That would
potentially, yeah.
That would be pretty dope.
Really cool.
That would be dope. So any other final thoughts on this chapter? Any guesses for next chapter?
I don't know. This one was pretty straightforward. I love that Charmy got her time to shine. I love her character. She is one of the many comic reliefs, and I love every moment she's on screen or she comes up in a chapter. Predictions for next week. I mean, like you already said, Ray, I really hope we get back to Yami and Dante and what's going on with over there and what's going on with like Asta and stuff. But I do want to see what's going on with Magna. So I don't know. We'll see.
For me, I would say that I really want to see more about the queen, if she's also a fighter, because she has a spirit guardians. I want to know if she has all the mana who could control the whole kingdom of the water and everything and protect it. You must have some type of power, some type of skill. And also when you have your spirit guardian say, hey, let's have a training session, and she says, oh, I will join you out too. So she must have some skill set for her to be involved in and want to fight her own spirit guardian. So I'm really curious about that. Is she going to be involved, or is she right now just going to be the one to be protected, since she will be, I think, dying in the next couple of months as well. So I'm really curious to see where that goes for her as a character.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, we'll see, but it's just we keep getting these very full chapters, and it's kind of like, all right, well, where are you going to go next? I want to see well, it's like, as much as I love to see these full fights, okay, so now it's like, now I want more like suspense from the story. Like, give me more questions from the story, which I know will happen, because I'm sure he wants to get all these small fights out of the way so that we don't forget about them, and then we'll get back to that.
I think we're going to find out about Asta's devil very soon. I
I'm hoping to.
I hope so.
Yeah, because they've already put out the question, like, who is this demon? You know what I mean? And no one seems to know exactly what this demon is or how powerful he is. So I hope we get more answers to that.
And plus, I also want to give props to the art style. It's consistent. It gets fluent. It could tell.
Yeah, it's consistently great. Like, it's always fantastic.
Yo, Charmy on page 11 or page 10, that art's great. With Charmy on the wall. It's amazing.
Oh, the Full Magic Gluttony banquet, or like just her and her face. It's just amazing. It's just beautiful.
Great. I love it. So another super solid chapter from Black Clover, and I again love it. So tell us what you guys loved about this chapter down below. Drop them comments. Tell us what you think might happen in the next chapter. What do you want to know? Any guesses on who the vice captain of the Black Bulls might be? If you know, put it down below because you're probably wrong, and that's okay. Anyway, if you like this video, hit it with a like. It helps more Black Clover fans find this channel and this content specifically because we need more people to talk with Black Clover about because it's great and we all know that. And if you love what we're doing here on Anime Lately, hit that subscribe button. Show your Black Clover fandom pride by hitting that subscribe button. I mean, you never know what kind of magic you might find there. But anyway, until the next time, we will see y'all later. Chapter 251, we're coming for you, baby. All right. Peace.